Well, it's my pleasure to be able to talk about the Academy of Advanced Manufacturing. And to start, I just want to echo Chris's comment that workforce development is, on one hand, the existential threat to the future of manufacturing in this country and around the world. Having people comfortable interacting with the technology that can enable that next level of productivity is, I can't overstate the importance of it. And so we're going to talk a little bit in the next few minutes about an approach that we think takes a dent out of the problem and on the other side provides a competitive advantage to the companies that look at training and the additional cost and effort that goes into this, not as just a piece of cost that has to be borne, but as the opportunity to differentiate and as a competitive weapon against other companies that don't take this as seriously. We chose Manpower because we like to partner. We recognize we can't do everything ourselves, and Manpower is the leader in workforce. We know the curriculum, we know the skills that are necessary, and so it was natural for us to use our partnering framework, and we've done it before, and we know how to produce successful outcomes. But there was something more here, and that was, as we started working on this particular issue, and with veterans, we found that the people who were engaged brought a certain energy that was evident in everything that they did and the passion with which they approached this problem, because it was a new thing. It didn't fit cleanly into a particular organizational structure. There was no obvious choice who to put in charge of this. And as we started working together, we found that there was a group of people, some who were vets themselves within our organizations, who would walk through walls to make this work. Not only on our side, but obviously as we started working and learning the stories of the veterans themselves. And there's a huge need, a huge opportunity to be able to take advantage of the skills that veterans can offer as they leave the service of their country and return to civilian life. Between 2003 and 2019, it's estimated that over 4 million veterans will leave the service, and they'll be looking for jobs. Their future is unclear in terms of what they're going to do. But as we were working with the Department of Defense to better understand the problem, we recognized that so many of the fundamental core work skills are already embodied in those veterans. And so we're starting with great raw material, if you will. People who, under the most intense conditions possible, have learned how to do a job and to work with others to create successful outcomes. And so many of those skills we thought could translate to the manufacturing environment. And many of our customers told us, if only you can provide a framework with which we can take advantage of those skills, you'll be on to something special. And so we listened to them, and our customers were an important part of the initial design of this program. We weren't starting from scratch. Within Rockwell Automation, over the past couple of decades, we've graduated around 7,000 engineers from our engineering training program. It's a multi-month program, 3 months of basic, another 3 months of advanced, to be able to prepare field service engineers, development engineers, leadership development program candidates internally. And we said, I think we can take this show on the road, and we can offer it to engineers from our customers and now to returning veterans. An important component of this program is that every veteran that goes through the Academy of Advanced Manufacturing is guaranteed a job. So starting with the class that we just graduated last week, the 14 in the pilot program, and expanding to the hundreds that we expect next year in campuses in Cleveland and in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, every one of the veterans who goes through this program will have a job. I can tell you, I was at the graduation ceremony last week in Cleveland, and it is one of the singularly most rewarding things that I've had the honor to participate in my career, period. It was, and you'll hear from some of the students themselves, and I think you'll agree. We want to create a program with Manpower that has a capacity of graduating up to 1,000 veterans a year. Next year, we'll scale rapidly up. An important part of that is working with customers, with people who need these skills, to hardwire, if you will, the talent with the jobs that are in such high demand for skills. We're well on our way to that. The construction is underway right next to our Customer Experience Center in our Milwaukee, Wisconsin campus. We'll continue to train people in Cleveland as well. And so this program is well underway. Now what I'd like to do is to show you a video, and in the instructor's words, in the student's words, I think you'll get a picture for just what this means.
The interesting part about this program, the Academy of Advanced Manufacturing, is it separates itself because, number one, it's filling a void in the manufacturing world. We're filling a skills gap. But the other part of it is we're employing men and women who sacrificed for the country.
We're partnering with Rockwell Automation, which brings their fantastic engineering training program to bear. And Manpower Group is bringing our ability to source and recruit, assess, and provide professional skills training for these veterans.
We're going to take people that on day one had some understanding and technical capability because they did some incredibly technical roles in the military, that over the course of the 12 weeks will learn to be pretty darn close to experts in automation and advanced manufacturing.
I was in the Army, and I was a 14 Tango, which is a Patriot Air Defense Artillery.
I was a Communication, Navigation, and Mission Systems technician for the Air Force.
When I first got out, I was looking at the job boards, and I actually saw, a lot of jobs out there for automation and manufacturing. I'm like, oh, okay. I've got the electronics experience. I don't know anything about PLCs or HMIs or any of this stuff at all.
I had to start from scratch. I got contacted. They were really excited. I was really excited. And I said, hey, you know what? This program seems like it was made just for me. Not only for veterans, but it's in the industry, the manufacturing industry, with the controls and automation, which is something I've always wanted to do, but I was never able to get into it.
I came here from working in the automotive industry. I saw where just the production industry itself was going in the direction through the use of automation. I wanted to be able to keep up with the times and the change.
This program has given us a huge jump start. They've essentially taken 4, 5, 6 months of training and compressed them into 3. So it, as they say, has been like drinking from the fire hose.
You get the foundation and you just keep going from there. And everything's tied into stuff that we did this the first, second week. And it's, I'm much more confident now in what we've learned than, I was when we started, and it just keeps growing with every lab, every practical exercise, every test that we do.
From day one to now is totally different as far as my knowledge base. I had zero knowledge on automation, PLCs, drives, motors, HMIs, anything to do with automation, zero knowledge. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert by any means, but you know, I know much more than I did before.
This program, it's different because we're going out to customers and sharing with them the story of the program. That's at the front end of the process. When we share that story, pretty universally, they embrace the concept and want to be part of it. And then at the back end, they come back a few weeks later for placement days where they get the opportunity to sit down with those candidates, interview them, and make hiring decisions.
Interviews went great. The companies kept it as like a conversation, and that put me at ease.
Right now, I'm looking at 2 companies, 2 different roles. One role I have is a shift manager, and I'm also looking at a position, more of an engineering technician type of role. I feel like I'm going to excel in either. I don't know what the future holds. I know it's all going to be good and exciting.
I'm very confident in working in this field. Everything that I've learned from this program has been in line with what the companies are looking for. And yeah, I'm confident that I'll fit right in, and I'm confident in my skills of what I've learned.
I never dreamed I'd have the opportunity, and now that I'm in it, and now that I've participated, and now that I'm doing what I'm doing, once I leave here, this is a springboard to the rest of my professional life.
It's not just about the program participants' accomplishments. That's incredibly great. And the fact that they're going to have great jobs, and some of them will triple their income, literally in 12 weeks, triple their income, is an enormously powerful story. But beyond that, they've set a great foundation for hundreds and hopefully thousands of veterans to come downstream.
I felt a sense of being important. I felt a sense of pride, and more importantly for me, like being useful to somebody.
It's great to just see the culmination of it all. Just being able to see and look back and be like, over the last 3 months, we went from 14 individuals who weren't too sure what was going on or really what was being expected of us to now being able to go out and say that the 14 of us have successfully completed the pilot course of the Academy of Advanced Manufacturing.